Guys, today we're discussing one of the big shots for the next crypto bull run, and that's Chiliz Crypto. Chiliz is definitely one of the most interesting cryptocurrencies at the moment for me in the crypto bear market, and soon you'll find out why. And I've been waiting to finally do this video for a long time, and finally I can do it because every single day Chiliz was just up, and I wanted to finally have some down days, some 8% down more or less, to finally do a video so that it's relatively not as overvalued as it was. So now that we finally have a down day for Chiliz, today finally we can discuss the fantastic things that have happened with Chiliz recently, why am I bullish on Chiliz, and why I think it's almost a no-brainer to me personally to have some exposure to it at the very least for the next bull run. So first of all, a little bit of a little thing what made me really interested in Chiliz technically, then we'll talk about it fundamentally, and we're gonna be back technically again. But first we'll discuss that we have had the best volume for Chiliz Crypto since really the peak of October and November, the peak for crypto, okay, and of course before that in April and March. But as you can see, the last 2 weeks, especially the week before, was actually was a much higher volume than all the volume that we've had really here, you know, at even prices at 40-50 cents or so. So now at 20 something cents we have major players that are really starting to have a big position here at the 20 something cents area for Chiliz. So that's a really good sign, but we're gonna get back to the technicals soon. First we need to discuss why fundamentally it is so interesting to me. So none of this is financial advice, guys, and welcome back to AR7 Crypto channel. We're discussing here fantastic altcoins for the next bull run, and that is definitely why I'm making this video today about Chiliz. So first of all, guys, Chiliz is mainly they're mainly focused on sports and entertainment, okay? And most recently they're actually creating a new blockchain, a new layer 1 blockchain for anything related to sports and entertainment, okay, to take it to the blockchain. And why is that super interesting, guys? Is first of all, this is only sports, this is without entertainment, but this is how large the sports industry is. And guys, if any of you are fans of, you know, European football or American football, basketball, MMA, anything, you guys know sports is huge and it's just becoming bigger and bigger every single year, you know. So this is the forecast on Statista website for the sports industry. So it's gonna literally be approximately a 2x when it comes to all the money that is circulating in the sports world. Supposed to be approximately 2x from now. And as we know, I've been a sports fan for like 20 years, and it's definitely bigger and bigger. All the salaries are exceptionally bigger, and all of the sponsorships, everything related to sports is growing like crazy. And guys, Chiliz is actually going mostly into the sports and entertainment world, and as you can see, they already have some goats, really big goats, already partnering with them. So the really major thing that is interesting to me, though Chiliz is a pretty comprehensive project, guys, is, as we've mentioned, they are building the first layer 1 blockchain created especially for the sports and entertainment industry. Okay, and they're gonna have DeFi products there, and social fan tokens and NFTs that have utilities, and even play to earn games, anything related to sports and entertainment. They wanna have it on the blockchain of Chiliz, and that is really major, guys, because we have more and more new projects that are creating something like that, not only Chiliz. So they want to be really the Ethereum of anything related to sports and entertainment, and that's super huge because sports, first of all, guys, if you remember last year, we've just had so many partnership deals with like Crypto.com Arena and all of these major NBA Top Shots, and just, you know, so many deals with the sports world and the crypto world. And in my eyes, next bull run, there's a good chance that the sports industry is gonna adopt blockchain even furthermore, so that we even have more utility than we've had in 2021. And if this time Chiliz is gonna have a blockchain, a smart contract blockchain, Guys, if you know or if you don't, most of the major cryptocurrencies projects in the top like 20, top 10 are really smart contracts platforms. Okay, so Ethereum is a smart contract. These are stable coins. BNB became really large once they had a blockchain, so it is kind of a partially smart contract coin. Dogecoin, then we have again Cardano smart contract, Polygon is smart contract, Polkadot is smart contract, Solana, Tron, Avalanche. Most of the biggest projects in crypto are smart contracts platforms, and it's gonna remain like that. And right now, Chiliz is number 36. It's actually climbed up quite a lot in the last few days and weeks, and we're gonna discuss it in the technical section of the video. But it is still relatively not that overvalued relatively to other cryptocurrencies. I think it's still not that overvalued. I mean, the current market cap of Chiliz is 1.3 billion. And again, in the bear market, we don't know. It may go further down, it may go up, but like compare it with Cardano, for example. Cardano is another good project in my opinion, but like Chiliz is literally 10x less than Cardano. So if Chiliz will be the main hub of anything related to sports and entertainment on the blockchain, on the Web3 world, it easily can, surpass Cardano. So even right now, relatively speaking, it is 10x less than Cardano. So relatively speaking, I think it's a fantastic opportunity at the moment. Non-financial advice, but we're gonna get deeper into the technicals soon. So back to the fundamentals, as we mentioned, they are building a blockchain. They are still valued less than many other smart contract blockchains like Cardano. And they're gonna onboard more and more projects. And another really important thing is that the new blockchain, which by the way already has a testnet, so they're working on having a mainnet pretty soon. So they're actually making an EVM chain, EVM compatible chain, Ethereum virtual machine, which is also super important because briefly it's gonna help any projects that are already building something on Polygon or Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain. The developers are going to be able just to copy the code and just take it to Chiliz as it is and keep building it further. So that's also super important for adoption. Yeah, so I have here another few really nice Medium articles that they have. So I'm gonna share it in the links below, and if you have any questions, definitely leave a like and don't forget to comment and leave your question. So that was the fundamental part. Now guys, let's go to the technical. Why? Technically, Chiliz looks really, really interesting to me. So first of all, let's go back to the weekly, guys, because right now in the bear markets, the really important focus is long-term, not short-term, okay? So first of all, we've mentioned the volume, okay? So the volume last week was higher than anything since April 2021. It was slightly higher than weekly volumes in October and November when the price was, let me move myself slightly here, when the price was 50 something cents, okay? And right now it's actually 2x less than that, 24 cents, okay? And have another look at another really super interesting thing that happened when volume spiked, okay? So look at that. So that was Chiliz really from 2019, and like here we've had the volume spike in most of crypto because everything collapsed in the COVID crash, and then the volume remained approximately the same. But then look what happened here in December 2020. In December 2020, you see we went like from approximately 1 cent to 2 cents, okay? And then we had a bit of a correction, but we've had this major volume spike, which means some entities or some people bought a lot of Chiliz here from 1 cent to 2 cents, and that was December 2020. So literally 3 months after that, the 2 cents went to 80 cents. It was like 40-50x in like 3 months. So that was the last time. That's why I'm very interested in seeing what the volume also does. Volume is not the only thing that interested me in technicals, but it's really interesting to me because think about it. It just literally means that someone big normally, or a few entities that are big, are just buying in a big way. So that's why every time I see a volume spike, especially in bear markets, it really interests me in a big way. So as you can see, guys, in December 2020, when we've had a volume spike, it was actually a signal that we would have done another 40-50x. Now So that you guys understand me correctly, please just listen to the next thing. Non-financial advice as always. Just the fact that we have a higher volume here than we've had in March and April and February, it doesn't mean that we are likely going to do another 40x from here, because the context is super important. Because in December 2020, Bitcoin actually breached its all-time high from 20k to 30k, and you know, it was really the beginning of the altcoin season. So right now we're in a bear market, we're not in a similar position, but what matters is that it just shows us that people are big people are super interested right now in Chiliz, and it just shows us another strength. And it is very possible that Chiliz could be a bit of an early bloomer. So maybe if the bull run, let's just say, is going to happen in 2024, 2025, it means, first of all, that Chiliz may bloom a little bit before the major altcoin season, or just bloom much more than most of other cryptocurrencies, if that makes sense. So now, guys, another really important thing that I normally check in all the altcoins really that I'm looking for the next bull run. So first of all, I always look for coins that are really trending up with time, you know, because like coins that really are, you know, like Litecoin, for example, if it has the same prices approximately that it had in like 2016, 2017 or 2018 in the previous bear market, it's just not interesting. I'm interested in coins like Ethereum, okay, something that goes up, you know, as the time goes on, the prices are higher and higher and higher. So if anybody bought it in the bear markets of, you know, 2018-19, they're still tremendously up, okay, or here. Same with BNB, okay, the previous bear market was like $16, now we're here. Matic is another fantastic example, okay, so in the accumulation phase of the last bear market, we were at 1 cent and 2 cents, now we're at 80 something. It's actually quite interesting because Matic is pretty similar to Chiliz, because the price was also 1 to 2 cents and now we're much higher. So Chiliz is similar to Matic in the sense that we are going up as the time goes on. That is like super duper important thing for me, guys, for altcoins, because as you can see now in the bear market, altcoins can collapse in like 90 something percent and many of them will not recover. Chiliz, I think, non-financial advice, has a fantastic chance of recovering, but so that you understand the mindset, okay? Why, when I see altcoins that are up like this, I'm strongly interested, but if we have altcoins that are still approximately the same price as they were many years ago, I just don't care about them. I just keep looking for the next ones. So Chiliz is up, okay, from 2019, 2020, Chiliz is much further up, so that's a big green sign for us here, for specifically when it comes to that. The next thing, guys, is that really interesting to me technically, okay, is, you know, in bear markets we really see who is the strongest and who is not, and all of these collapsing stuff like FTX, Celsius, Terra Luna and all this stuff, we really learned that they are not strong, and that's why they faded away. But the strong ones are showing signs of strength when things are the hardest or the worst, you know what I mean? So that's why Matic, as we've mentioned, was a good example, but now you're gonna see why Chiliz is actually a fantastic example, because since the lows of May and June 2022, so May was when the Terra Luna collapsed and June was when Celsius collapsed. And why is that important? Is because most of the crypto collapsed in a huge way. So Bitcoin in May went to 25k and then in June it went to 17k. Okay, so most crypto collapsed in a big way. And now, guys, let's compare Chiliz to the rest of most crypto, including really good cryptos. How did Chiliz do since May and June, and how did the rest do? So Chiliz, guys, is up from here, from May 9th, it's up literally 236%. It's up more than 3x, or approximately a 3x up from the lows of May, not even June, okay? Now let's have a look. For example, VeChain was another really nice coin. As you can see, in May it was 2 and something, now it's even less, it's down, okay? Solana was one of the bigger success stories of the previous bull run. In May it dropped to 39, now it's $12, okay? Avalanche was another really good coin, 24, now it's 12. Cardano, we've mentioned it before that, 41 cent, 32 cents. So as you can see, most altcoins are actually down from May, but Chiliz is up 3x from May. So that's a really major thing. I would say even the most major thing that we've covered here in the video when it comes to technical. How much better does it do in comparison to all the rest cryptocurrencies. Now, all of that being said, guys, non-financial advice, but it's super important for me to mention is that we are actually gonna have the FIFA World Cup super soon. So it could be that one of some of this pump was happening due to the FIFA World Cup. So right now, you know, on one end, the way I see it with Chiliz right now is more or less like this. I think overall in crypto, we either bottomed or we're somewhere relatively close to the bottom. We're definitely much closer to the bottom right now than to, you know, to the really next all-time highs and things like that. So non-financial advice, I was actually just, so if you're new to the channel, I actually sold most of my altcoins in December. I sold, you know, like most of the, all of the altcoins that I sold were tremendously higher than what they are right now. And I was, you know, I was buying mostly Bitcoin and I was waiting to buy altcoins because they're getting wrecked even worse. So right now, I think it's not a horrible time to get into altcoins, but just non-financial advice. In my opinion, it's not a good time to still go really aggressively into altcoins because many of them still can easily collapse another 80 or 70%. So in my opinion, DCA right now is the best approach, non-financial advice. So when it comes to Chiliz, Chiliz is really a super tricky one because as we've mentioned, it's actually up, and you know, like actually if you look at it, it looks like a reverse head and shoulders so far, starting from here. So basically, if it will actually cross the, if it will really break, so you see it had resistance here at 30 cents. If Chiliz breaks above 30 cents, it can very easily go to 50-60 cents. But crypto is still super bearish, and we'll have to see once the FIFA World Cup does start and everything, how would Chiliz do. So non-financial advice right now, dipping my toes and, you know, like, look guys, when the real bull run is really coming, you know, this is what happens, okay? So with Chiliz, this is the way you really can look at it, okay? The next section is super important for you guys if you're interested in investing in Chiliz, non-financial advice. Yes, you can cash it here and there at like the 0.4 and 0.6, and that's why the DCA approach is really, really good, so that you do put some money at these, you know, values here at 0.4 and 0.6. We're discussing now the previous bear market. But look, as you can see, it doesn't really happen super often, you know, it doesn't really last, and you know, normally, look how fast it recovers. Like this recovery took like approximately a month. So after 1 month, we were already back at 1 cent. And here also, that's the COVID crash, we were again back to, well, pretty close to 1 cent, you know, so catching the absolute bottoms are not really bad. Sorry, that's of course great, but it's not very easy. And now guys, the really important thing is, look, let's say you were buying all of these local tops. The local top here, November 2019, February 2020, August 2020, and December 2020. Okay, the worst case scenario, but of course, as long as you were not selling. Okay, so it means you were buying approximately at under 2 cents. Let's even round it up to 2 cents. Let's say you bought Chiliz at your average cost on Chiliz was 2 cents. Would you really be sad here once you hit 80 cents or even, you know, 60 cents or so? Probably not, you know, you still made a killing, you still made a 30x. And of course, that's the worst case scenario. That's if you accumulate it here. So the way I see it with Chiliz, that's why I'm not super concerned, and that's why DCA I think is the best. We can definitely hit again the 10-9 cents region. Maybe if we get it there, probably I will personally go a bit more aggressively at these price points. Because who knows, maybe it could be similar to something like here, you know, so let's say here was the bottom, 0.4, and then there was a double bottom. So let's say if it does go down because of the major bear market in all of crypto, and it does go here to 9-10 cents, it could be a fantastic opportunity, especially guys if we do see again some wicks here underneath 9 cents, but the recoveries are happening so fast, and if we have something equivalent really to actually what we've had here in July and August 2022, and I'm talking, you know, in the few, let's say in a few months, if we have something similar to that, it actually shows us there is a very decent chance it is again a similar type of double bottom here for Chiliz. So that's why even buying in the equivalent times to here or here, you know, as you can see 0.6, it is still fantastic. It still was like 100x last time. please remember that Chiliz is already a bigger cap than what it was before that. So you know, if here you could do 100x, another 100x for the next bull run, it's not super likely. I guess it is very possible if you know, if you know, the whole adoption of the sports and entertainment industry is gonna be huge on the blockchain of Chiliz. I think it definitely can do 100x from here, but you know, it's relatively less likely. If you can see, for example, for Ethereum, okay, so for Ethereum, as you can see, the first gains in the first bull run were yeah, 275, 100%, you know, and then in the second bull run of Ethereum, the gains were relatively more tame. So I think it is likely that Chiliz will have some diminishing returns again, but again, it depends on the adoption that they're gonna have. So the way I see it, first of all, taking this all-time high out is gonna be relatively easy, I think, for Chiliz. And the way I see it, you know, I think we'll have to also monitor how really better does Cardano get and how much adoption does Cardano have. But adoption is really the key here, guys. So if Chiliz does have more and more adoption and people use it for the utility of the NFTs and of the social tokens for the world of sports, and if we have new projects also building on top of their blockchain in the sports and entertainment industry, I think, you know, at the very least, we can just look at the Cardano market cap and think, okay, if Chiliz is still, right now it's 10x less. So if it's less than Cardano, we can still go higher. So if we can, at the very least, get to 10x from here to the current market cap of Cardano, that sounds super easy for me, and that's without even accounting for the next bull run when all of the total crypto market cap goes to, let's say, 10 trillion. Right now it's under 1 trillion. So if it makes sense, you know, I think for Chiliz, again, I think I personally don't like doing price prediction, but I know many people are super interested in that. So I just like to be not very degen in my predictions, but I really think that like something like $5 sounds like relatively easy for Chiliz here, and yeah, it would even look relatively kind of would make sense here from, you know, like if we go, so here we had a bull run, bam, we expand, and then we have another bull run, bam, we expand here like 2024, 2025. Here it could definitely get to something like that. So, you know, current price is 24 cents, $5. Let's just say $5 is the top. That's a 20x, okay? And if we go again back to the 10 cents region, now we're talking 50x. So I think for Chiliz, anything between 10x to 50x is very reasonable. 100x is also possible, but it's more on the higher end, and also would depend if you do catch the prices that are closer to the bottom. But regardless, guys, because they are the main player in anything related to sports or social tokens or entertainment in the world of blockchain, like in a way, you know what I mean? Like, why does Ethereum still number 2? Because most smart contracts, it just takes a long time to really develop an ecosystem that as big as Ethereum is. And Chiliz is the same, just in the world of social tokens and sports and entertainment. So even if in the future some other projects are going to be bigger than Chiliz in the world of sports, right now Chiliz still has an Ethereum-like thing around them, okay, when it comes to sports. So at least next bull run, to me, it looks like almost a no-brainer. So yeah, guys, that was the video about Chiliz for this weekend. So I am here every single Sunday, so if you haven't subscribed already, that's a fantastic opportunity, because I look for fantastic altcoins like Chiliz and like other altcoins that we can get for the next bull run. And as mentioned, I will definitely be super active in the bull run to be able to help to sell closer to the top. It's almost impossible to really sell the top, but I think it's pretty decent to sell closer to the top, as I was fortunate to do last bull run. So I'm definitely gonna be helping here on this channel for the next bull run. So we have a lot of time to accumulate a lot. So this is just the beginning, guys. So as we've mentioned, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join me in this fantastic journey, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend and a fantastic week, and cheers as always.